So that's the hardest part done. This first section of the beard of the blade is always the more difficult, because you've got to balance out here with one leg, and you're always it's always more prone to move. So what I'm doing here is putting the hand against the back of the anvil like that, and that goes in there, and that gives you some control over forward and back. You can also twist it a little bit with your hand, but it's better to do that, I find, with your legs. It gives you more support, less work for the hands. Now, I don't know if you can pick up the glint on the edge there. I've gone right to there. That's as far as I've gone, and you can pick that up when you polish the edge with one of these blocks. It makes it easy to see where the strike is, so it gives this very matte finish, and then when you hit with the hammer it makes it quite a glossy finish. So I actually prefer to have the blade on the snath when I'm sharpening. So if you guys do buy a blade from us and you find the tang has marks on it, that's because I've actually put it on the snath to sharpen it, and I also make sure that it will actually fit up to a good halving angle. So I start off with a coarse whetstone. This is a synthetic carborundum one. And I'm going to go through a range of whetstones here, and it's really only because I'm filming it. I wouldn't normally probably, I'd just do probably a coarse and then a medium after the first run, and then out in the field a fine. One of the great things about this is they're long, so your hands are away from the edge. Now at this point I'm not too aggressive this way, because this is quite a coarse stone and you don't want to bring off. This is the whetstone that I made from a rock up on the hill here. Based it on the Rositech pattern. It's quite coarse, but it's also very soft, so there's no way I'd actually sell that one, because as you'll see, it basically it's scraping as much stone off, if not more, than metal. Well, it's a lot more stone than metal. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's actually chunks of it falling off. So you can see from the colour on the slurry on the stone, it is actually taking metal off. So it's doing its job, but you can see from the blade, it's also leaving a lot of slurry on the blade. And there's nothing wrong with slurry, that's abrasive and that does a job as well, but yeah, it's obviously too soft to be, well, it works. It's a good stone, but it's not going to last long. Now this one is another piece of Tasmanian sandstone, and this is what I'm hoping we're going to be able to get made. This is another one. I got this as a sample from a geologist and cut it myself again. And it's a really nice stone actually. It almost seems to behave differently as far as the grit goes depending on what angle you hold it, which I found quite interesting. So I've been experimenting with this quite a bit. But I'm very confident that we're going to be able to sell these, and they last well. So I think it's going to be great. Then the Rositec. You can even hear that it's not biting as much. One thing about the slurry is it can mask that you've still got a burr on the edge, so clean it off carefully. And this is the lovely ceramic stone that we've just had made for us. Right, I'll give it a go.